5 seconds remaining.
Complexity's turn to pick.
Faceless Void.
Money you're going to have to throw away with the Ricky factor there. And you can already see kind of that move speed working here for ADR as he jukes back and forth. But a nice snipe of the though slows him down quite a bit. King RD decides to pull out the dust. Meanwhile, Enigma has to step off and go to the shrine. It's kind of chaotic as all the supports play this little bit of a dance and just distract me from what the real action is. Mid lane now, who is putting a little bit of chase onto Tavo a bit, bashing him down, but now is finding himself dancing around with King RD and some Eidolons. He is going to be A-okay. Top lane, though, now we're having Z-Freak making the call, moving on in, getting a smoke screen. C4T, though, able to get that grave just at the last second. Will heal himself and then head on home. Back to safety. But, oh, as I say that, Demon gets the finish. Are they thinking about going elsewhere? He gets hit with the surge. Can't quite decide on the target, but now that ADR has moved so far forward down the mid lane, he is just too tasty of a treat. He gets hit with the Fatal Bond, and then they go on in, and he dies so fast.
Yeah, but usually when the brothers play, do you think they play from the same room? Or
maybe
both have separate rooms?
For communication's sake, I'm sure they have separate sleeping quarters. Demon is in a battle cage right now with King RD, and they're probably playing a little closer than
in terms of Midas.
I don't know if they're looking to ditch this bottom lane. They planted a ward, and now SG are looking to make their move. The swarm goes out. They make connection with Demon, connect with the Fatal Bonds, but they're going to try to get a hold of him here on the other front. They quickly make work of Swindle. And then SG possibly made it here for Z-Freak as they pop the dust and were able to scout him out, and now they're looking to converge on in. They hit him with the Malphus. HFN, though, decides, I'm out of here, and pieces out before anyone else from Complexity decides to show up, I guess.
Well, Complexity right now, there's the blink on Ursa, and the Enigma is gone. Fight as much as they can, take those towers. SG doesn't have much like a split push power so far, so they will need to take those fights.
Ooh, hook shots in. They were able to spot out Demon. And just as fast as we see him, he is gone.
SG should not fight here if they think they can get a good black hole off, but this is really not a place to fight.
Oh, they're not heeding your advice. ADR just triple remnants in and has to walk through a smoke screen. Is able to finally get Demon down, but Demon is able to get the rock off. 40R is going to be done for. Ran down by Moon. King RD will, though, be able to get the pick and a finish onto Z-Freak. Lands down the cogs, but has to turn the other direction. That's when Moo makes his move. Jumps on in with the Chronosphere and finds good connection. Slowly beating down King RD while Chessie's able to move in and get the finish onto Tavo. But he is eating a lot of damage from HFN. They'll be able to burn through the Aegis, and now they head on over. Moo next on the docket will get jumped, but Jessie is able to hurdle on over and take King RD down. Snagging up his 3x kill streak. They're looking around for the Beetle. They get him with a smoke screen, and he'll get the time lapse off. Stepping back, C4T is there, but he does not have a mana for a grave. Do they want to keep fighting? No, they don't.
30 seconds. Complexity lost 2 of their heroes.
Middle tower has fallen.
Swindle in trouble. Swindle is dead. Just caught out pushing in the bottom lane.
The hand of Midas, Vanguard, so he doesn't deal that much of damage. He needs to place like 2 or 3 man chrono.
Oh, here it comes. Tavo pops his drums. He's looking to rush on in. Midnight Pulse and Malphus to go for Moo. Can he get the both of them with a black hole? He goes for it and gets a hold of Demon. Looking to pull him back in. Can they get the finish on Moo? Oh, he almost is able to get the time walk off, but he does end up going down. Demon should fall too. SG make the rotation towards the...
That was a nice black hole by Tavo, just going in with the drums move speed, casting it on both heroes, and they seem to want to have finish that tier 1 tower on top. Oh, mid lane.
Ooh, jump on over while Z-Freak is up in arms with HFN. ADR is eating a lot of damage and has to run back to his paramedic and dazzle, but Jessie now. Oh, King RD pokes the bear. Literally top before. Anyways, you're absolutely right about that. I keep reading about this self-defusal thing. But outside of that, I guess just for the surge, a hotkey away, so I can't even see where the courier was. But unfortunate takeaway there as they make their move. They already pre-plant the sentry, and Demon this time will be able to get the finish with his rock. Takes his business towards the top lane. It looks like a Manta style is going to be next in order for him. He has all the farm to work with.
Bash.
got him again. Bash coming to work here. Chess things up and getting that push along the bottom lane, but things have been stunted since then with multiple pickoffs on HFN. Did I say multiple pickoffs on HFN? Another attempted pickoff on HFN as Chessie makes the move in, but King RD shows himself from the trees. Nice little hookshot setup, and they'll get the finish. No one else from coL bothers to go in, feeling like he's just in a bit too much trouble. This is turning into what was a wonderful baited setup from SG in that mentioned. Now it's Complexity heading the direction of Roche. They plant the sentry to the high ground. They see the sentry that they'll take down, and now will be taken on by SG. SG will even approach him into the high ground at this point. Melons goes to the low ground. He will lose his life. Demon also going to get dropped before a rock will be committed. SG happy to go to the balcony to take it. Hanging around right now. I don't know if he's planning on doing anything cheesy here. Roche goes down, but he gets spotted right away. Aegis gets snagged up from HFN, and Zach might end up paying the price for even being around, it looks like.
Was that cheesy?
That was cheesy.
You need to execute them well. If you don't, you really can't fight after that for the next 2-3 minutes.
Ooh. ADR moving in, and he just quickly takes out Demon. Remnant, ahoy. But has he gone too far now? Finds himself up in arms with Chessie after committing those remnants, has to dish out the chains. Chessie will get forced out to the side. They've been bulking him up as fast as possible as he tries to get the defusal of his defusal manta pairing complete. Going in on this tier 2. Time dilation going to be popping, and we'll dance away a bit. Manta's off the chains and continues to create the space for himself. While he's dancing about here, we have an SG push through the bottom lane now. HFN with the Deso going in onto this tier 3. They're getting a lot of damage on this tower, and this could be quickly a free tier 3, and it's down. That means shrines are going to be available now for SG. That's some good money that they picked up, and they're not done yet. ADR comes into play, and now King RD makes a commitment, gets a hold of Chessie. Chessie now bumped to the low ground, but Moo moves in, gets a 3-man chrono. The follow-up damage now beginning to show itself as they hit him with the rock. The vacuum wall's also there. Counter black hole, but it's going to get quickly canceled out. Time dilation reeks through the Team SG as now Z-Freak and company begin to slash on forward and get the takedown. HFN, though, the last true damage dealer, looks like caught himself under the smoke screen, tries to dance around the corner. Heading up to the high ground, can he get a hold of Z-Freak? Now spots him, hits him with a defusal, and will be able to bring him down over on the other side. They were going to be able to get the finish as Chessie grabs and takes down ADR, 2 separate fights. Which fight were you watching?
I was watching the bottom fight, things to combine with. Clockwork needs to be more careful when going in this time. He can't really go on Ursa like that.
Well, he's going on Ursa right now. Pops his blade mail. This time he's got a little bit of assistance, but it does look like Chessie is going to be able to at least pop the Aegis. He is still man-moding right now, and okay, I thought he was going to be able to. SG now back to the pushing game here. They've already taken down this tier 3 in the bottom lane. Taking a Rax would make it all the better at getting their chances into a game 3. A little bit of bumpage right there. The Crow's going to be coming out. A Grave is there. Can they get the save on the Weaver? He is going to be able to get out the time lapse, and he is good. Hides right behind the wall, but actually ends up dancing right through it as he tries to poke onto the Rax. Now finds himself stuck into a bit of a corner where Complexity can't quite approach yet. They've already lost Chessie, and they need to wait 10 more seconds before he's going to be here to take a fight. King RD, unfortunately missing the mark on his hookshot, it looks like. Has to back off to the low ground a bit. This wall is actually holding him off a little bit, but eventually HFN will be able to make it in. Tries to go for the fish on the Rex, can't quite get it down. The rock will be dropped right on top of him. King RD locks him in. Moo tries to right-click it about, forced to go to a Manta, then time walks back and away. Meanwhile, Chessie to the low ground, looking to get a hold of Tavo here. Still has 20 seconds before a black hole will even be able to make its way into a fight. Chessie now finds himself eating way too much damage. It's HFN with a double damage, doing so much work. This Ursa is gone for 70 seconds. Demon meets the same fate, getting shot down shortly thereafter. Now SG can kind of get back to the grind and finish out the second Rax. Buybacks forced out now, but Demon had already spent his rock. Simply SG could turn. Yule Scepter basically because of the Ursa, so he can toss him in the air after he uses Enrage. There's no BKB on Ursa. Moo, chain down. Does need to get away from the damage of HFN. It's just a bit too much. He quickly rushes out. He gets some assistance from Swindle there with the Surge. Meanwhile, Chessie hiding within the trees, and so is Demon. Demon gets spotted and blasted down. Long
Good
jump
hook.
comes in from RD to lock in the bear, and now he is feeling the pain. He is going to be forced to pop out the ulti. They just need a little bit more to take him out of the game, and he knows it's over for him. He turns to fight, but he is gone. 70 seconds without a buyback. Dabo makes him move, creating the black hole that will lock in Moo to go for the finish. And they get him out. This one should help secure the game for SG. Very well played there at the end. Swindles taking out the captain, as the nail in the coffin would only be all the sweeter here.
It is time to call it. Or they might prolong it. There's tier 2 tower on bottom, but they're gonna lose Raxes. Rosh is up, they can just head there.
Tier 3 is theirs. Fortunately, Complexity maybe trying to make an out of the base play, gets spotted out within those trees and are just left straggling to try to make it back inside the comfort of their base. SG though, ruthless in their chase.
Oh, what a cogs from King
And ruthless
RD.
in their play. I mean, you can obviously see more of a prime performance coming out from SG as opposed to what we saw in game number 1. And Demon's dead too, as they are simply fountain camping at this point. And we'll see if they're going to be able to get anything done, but this is huge obviously for SG as they push closer to a 20k net worth advantage. Chessie tries to scratch at ADR a bit here, but we'll see what the final hurrah is going to be as they probably try to hold up this mid lane. All right, Moo with that chrono.
Ultis are ready. They're waiting for like a 5-man vacuum into Chronosphere, I guess.
Rock. Yeah.
Rock. Yeah, fatal
See if
ones.
they can do it. Hey!
Yo!
Hey! There's a ball. He got swindled though. And now the rock is going to get dropped. And this one got awkward real fast here. It looks like SG are going to go in and unmercifully beat them down. ADR actually potentially in a bit of trouble, but another wonderful grave is there. He gets forced off to the side. He goes into the Remnant Slight. He manages to blink away, and he is gone. They still won't even be able to bring him down.
Can
While
someone buy back?
HFN is just doing the rest of the work. 18-1-11. The call will be made, and we're going to be going to a game number 3.
Yes, we are. Well, SG is showing their true potential again on their server. It's the same thing that happened yesterday and the day before.